You know, I've always believed that the most powerful conversations don't begin with grand declarations. They begin with honesty, with that gentle tug inside you that whispers, not shouts. There is more to you. We all talk about wanting to change our lives, to live with purpose, to feel alive, but so often we wait. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect time, the perfect alignment of stars. And in that waiting, we lose days, we lose weeks, we lose ourselves. And I want to ask you something simple but uncomfortable. When was the last time you truly met your morning? I don't mean the act of waking up, brushing your teeth, checking your phone, or rushing out the door. I don't mean rolling out of bed, already feeling behind, already anxious, already tired. I mean, met your morning, faced it, owned it, breathed in the stillness before the world demands anything from you. Gave yourself the gift of intention. You see, our mornings are sacred. They are the birthplace of every decision that shapes the rest of our day. And yet, we treat them like an afterthought. We hit snooze. We say just 5 more minutes. We reach for excuses before we reach for ourselves. And then we wonder why we feel stuck, why we feel unmotivated, why we feel like our life is moving forward, but somehow we are still standing still. I've learned, sometimes the hard way, that if you do not own your morning, your excuses will own you. They will wrap themselves around you like a warm blanket telling you, it's okay, you can do it tomorrow. But tomorrow is a lie we keep telling ourselves. I'm not here to glorify waking up at 5 a.m. or drinking green juice or doing 100 push-ups before the sun rises. That's not the point. Mornings don't need to be perfect. They need to be yours. And owning your morning doesn't mean doing what everyone else is doing. It means doing what you need to do, consistently, intentionally, quietly. Maybe for you, it's sitting in silence for 5 minutes before the world wakes up. Maybe it's writing one honest sentence in a journal. Maybe it's finally stretching the body you've been ignoring for too long. Maybe it's just waking up without checking your phone first. Meeting yourself before meeting the noise. The truth is, your life is being shaped in small moments, not in the dramatic Instagram-worthy victories, but in those invisible, seemingly unimportant choices you make every day. And the first choice, the one that sets the tone, is how you show up in the morning. It's easy to say I don't have time, but I've realized time is not something you find. It's something you claim. The people who grow, the people who move forward, they don't have more hours in the day. They just have more clarity about what matters. And they protect their mornings like their life depends on it. Because in a way it does. I've had mornings when I didn't want to get up, when I felt heavy, emotionally, mentally, when everything in me wanted to stay under the covers and just disappear for a while. But I've also had mornings when I got up anyway. When I whispered to myself, just show up. When I wasn't perfect, but I was present. And that made all the difference. Because what you do in the first hour of your day is not about productivity. It's about identity. Are you someone who waits or are you someone who rises? Excuses will always be there. They don't leave. They don't fade. They just change shape. Today it might be I'm tired. Tomorrow it will be I'm too busy. The day after, what's the point? But here's the truth about excuses. They're comforting. They're easy. They're seductive. But they are also thieves. They steal your energy, your confidence, your life. Every time you surrender to them, they grow stronger. And every time you stand up to them, you even a little, you grow stronger. You do not need to win the whole battle in one morning. You just need to show up. You just need to begin. That's where courage is built, in those first few minutes when no one is watching, when it's just you, your breath, your decision. And I know some mornings will be messy, some mornings will be full of doubt, some mornings you'll feel like you're faking it, but show up anyway. Own the morning and you will slowly start to own your day. Own your day and you will start to own your choices. Own your choices and you will start to own your life. There's a reason why the world feels different at dawn. It's quieter, it's softer. The noise hasn't begun yet. The pressure hasn't arrived. That's not a coincidence. That's an invitation to be still, to be grateful, to begin again. And beginnings, real beginnings, don't need fanfare. They just need honesty. So if you're waiting for motivation, let me say something gently but clearly. Motivation is a consequence of action, not the cause of it. You do not need to feel ready. You just need to feel willing. Willing to try, willing to be uncomfortable, willing to let go of the story that says, I'm not a morning person, or I'll start next week. That story is just that, a story. You can write a new one. Right now, not next Monday, not January 1st, not when life slows down. Now. Because here's what I know. Your excuses will sound convincing. They will feel rational. They will be backed up by fatigue, by doubt, by fear. But your power is stronger than all of that. And every morning you have a choice to move, to breathe, to meet yourself with care, to step into the day instead of letting it crash into you. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. You just have to decide that your life is worth showing up for, that you are worth showing up for. So tomorrow morning, when your alarm goes off and your mind offers you another excuse, breathe. And remember this, own your morning or be owned by your excuses. You don't need a plan, you need a promise. A promise to meet yourself with courage. A promise to stop waiting for life to change and start becoming the reason it does. Because you can, you always could, you just have to begin.